Hello everyone, my name is Leah Ram and here's my audience.
Hi, my name is Mohammed.
My name is Zainab.
My name is Rania.
My name is Sarah.
Our education system makes it imperative to teach us that 3% of the world's bodies of water contains fresh drinkable water. Now, to most of us, fresh water is not something we seem to worry about because when we go home and turn on our faucets, it seems to be flowing endlessly to our convenience. In reality, however, there has been a large ongoing freshwater crisis all over the world due to its limitations. And it might not be apparent to us, but third world and developing countries are the first to face the effects of what is known as water scarcity. The effects of water scarcity impact three areas of a developing or third world country: its health, its hunger, and its education. I will first discuss the ways in which water scarcity affects food security of developing or third world countries. Now, if you think about it, a strip of land that receives little to no rainfall would be expected to produce little to no crops. And if crops aren't being produced, the people who live near or on that land will have a lack of food and water. This is the relationship between water scarcity and hunger in developing and third world countries. According to the Voss Foundation, the average human needs about 2.5 liters of water per day to drink. Now, to feed that same exact human being, you would require crops that have been watered with 3,000 to 5,000 liters of water. That is about 2,000 times as much water as you need to drink per day. Now, because these countries lack such a high quantity of water, they face risks of famine every single year. According to the Food and Agricultural Organization, over 800 million people all around the world face malnourishment, and 98% of those people live in countries that are either developing or third world. Not only does water scarcity impact food levels, it imposes serious health risks to the population. Clean water is essential for human consumption as well as on-skin usage. Without it, developing countries and third world countries face serious health issues and exposure to diseases that are detrimental. According to the American Chemical Society, countries with a higher population percentage without access to water also have higher death rates due to diarrheal disease. Diarrheal disease is a waterborne illness that is contracted by drinking water that contains chemicals and is impure. This causes diarrheal disease to be the 6th leading cause of child mortality in the world. Diarrheal disease isn't the only health risk that is imposed by water scarcity. Research done by the Journal of Water and Health show that water with arsenic and chemicals are heavily associated with detrimental diseases such as skin lesions, skin cancer, and kidney cancers, and these cases have been reported in many developing countries such as India and Bangladesh. To provide even more understanding of the serious impacts of water scarcity, we'll next look at how education is affected by this crisis. So we've established before that water is essential to life. Without it, nothing else would be of priority. This leaves countless children and adults in developing and third world countries to abandon their education or not be able to receive an education because water is their main priority. In the documentary Flow for the Love of Water, we hear the story of a South African family who are raised without their parents. The children are raised by the eldest sibling, and they have no means to be sent to school because they do not have any income, and the water in their area is very low, causing them to have such a dire need for water. All 6 of the children have no education and missed out on their education because of their dire need for food and water. And even for children in developing countries who do get the privilege of having an education, water illnesses that are contracted during the school year cause children to miss numerous amounts of school days. According to research conducted by WaterAid Global, over 400 million school days are missed every year all over the world due to waterborne illnesses and children needing to miss school in order to deal with their illnesses. So even for children who can go to school and have the privilege of going to school, the effects of water scarcity cause them to miss school. At the end of the day, we'll never be able to fully grasp the concept of water scarcity because we are privileged enough to have water. In our homes, anywhere we go, we have an access to water. However, we should be able to realize that water scarcity is a real crisis that affects people all over the world and has detrimental impacts on their lives. Today we've learned that the 3 aspects of water scarcity affects certain aspects of developing countries such as hunger, health, and education. Developing countries face risks of famine and increasing rates of malnourishment every single year. A lack of clean water is also the leading cause of deaths in children due to diarrheal disease and is heavily associated with diseases such as skin cancer, skin lesions, and kidney cancer. Lastly, education is put at risk because water is such a priority to people over education, to where people have no means to go to school. And even with those with the privilege to go to school, they face effects of waterborne illnesses that causes them to miss school. So the next time you think about dumping out that last bottle of water or not finishing that last bottle of water, think about the people who do not have the same advantage as you. Thank you so much.